Hi, I'm Meteorologist Lisa Green. On this Monday, I hope you all had a really great 4th of July weekend. Everybody stayed safe and you had a great time. I know we had weather interrupt some of our 4th of July fireworks plans on Friday, and some reschedules happened for Saturday. So hopefully you got in your celebrations and had a great time. So the 4th is over, but we still have, of course, the Red River Valley Fair going on this week and a lot of other fun things happening as we head into the week. So we want to talk more about how the weather may be impacting us coming up here in the forecast. So here's a look at our live view right now down at the midway of the fair, getting ready for the fair to open here in a little bit. And we are watching closely the sky for the potential for some rain and some thunderstorms that may be impacting us heading into the day today. And you can probably see behind me, we've got our severe risk map up for that potential for severe weather for today on this Monday. So kicking off the week with severe weather yet again for the valley. So a couple of updates. If you watched the valley today this morning, we had an enhanced risk that was added since this morning to places like Sisseton, a lot of eastern South Dakota, and right along the state line with Minnesota. So our counties in South Dakota, parts of Traverse County in Minnesota, in our viewing area are included in that. And that's an area, if we were to see a tornado develop, that's where it would be more likely. Otherwise, if you are in the marginal or slight risk area, which is most of the valley and most of our viewing area, we are looking at more our main threat being hail and damaging wind gusts here. And that's going to be more into the afternoon. So we'll take a look at that in more detail here. Also, I'm tracking rain and thunderstorms moving through the valley right now. So into midday, we're watching for that potential for some rain and thunderstorms. Severe is going to be more likely into the later afternoon, but this is still producing some lightning, causing some downpours, might be some gusty winds, especially on this southern stretch here. This guy right there looks like it could be producing some gusty winds. Let's zoom in on it. So lots of lightning associated with it, and especially with that initial line. And I'm actually going to zoom in on that. If I can get my iPad to work here so we can control this a little bit better. Okay, so we're looking at zooming in here, looking at the Milner area getting hit by this storm. We're looking at, I'm going to step back and point at this a little bit, so that usually helps here. So yeah, Milner area getting hit by some lightning and thunder along Highway 13 here back to Gwinner. The Foreman area is right on the edge of this, up toward Lisbon and eastern parts of Ransom County, included in some heavy rain, a lot of lightning. This is not severe warned, but again, those things can be impactful, as we know. And then up into the Leonard area, kind of on the northern fringes of this, over toward Kindred as well. So along Highway 18, you'll be next to see this storm move through the Winemere area, Lidgerwood, that's coming your way. And eventually this moves over toward the I-29 corridor, places like Colfax and Walcott and down toward Morton. And then if it holds together, Wahpeton, Breckenridge as well. So that's the stronger part of this. But, you know, if you're in Fargo-Moorhead, we're looking at some rain showers around the Castleton area right now, moving toward Mapleton, and eventually it marches its way eastward. So this is kind of bad timing for the fair to open up in a few minutes here, but in about 30 minutes. But we might start the fair with a little bit of rain here. But at least, I was just trying to zoom in on the TV screen instead of the computer screen. Too many monitors here. But at least we're not looking at the most intense part of the storm affecting the fair. That's going to be a little bit farther south. So if you're in that area, again, just know that there's going to be some downpours, some lightning, some gusty winds. But it is not severe currently. I'm going to zoom a little bit farther back out. You can see this does stretch back over to places just to the Ellendale and Lemoore and Dickey County areas, and then all the way back toward Linton in south central North Dakota. So kind of a line forming here that we're going to be watching here as we move toward the afternoon. And now as we take a look at the northern valley, you can see that Crookston over toward the Maple Lake area. Let's move a little bit in more. We've got a little cell here that is going to make its way toward the Mentor and Maple Lake area. Right now, the Onstad area is being impacted, and that's going to roll eastward too, just along and south of Highway 2. I'm not seeing any lightning detected in that, but that doesn't mean that we won't see some. And then up by Cavalier, just now clearing the Pembina Gorge area, a little thunderstorm rolling east there as well in Pembina County. So that's what we're looking at right now, just to kind of track out some of the current storms for you and showers that we're dealing with. Again, this is not the main event that we're looking at. This is the kind of early on chances for rain and thunder into midday. So looking at our planner for the fair, you know, we just talked about how it could be impacting us. We're looking at the potential for conditions that are going to be unsettled, the possibility for scattered strong storms off and on throughout the day today. So if you're going to be out at the fair doing anything outside, want to make sure you're checking your VNL weather app, checking the radar. Again, conditions might get a little rainy here in a minute as that rain moves in, but right now the fair's looking okay. Let's take a look at our planner. Fargo, looks like we got data drop out for the moment from the airport in Fargo, but Grand Forks is at 66 degrees, it's 61 in Devil's Lake. We're looking at Devil's Lake, nice and sunny. Jamestown at 65. This is an area that might be impacted by some rain coming up here soon. And then afternoon, you can see that forecast, chances for rain and thunderstorms, especially in Fargo and Grand Forks heading into the afternoon hours. Some upper 70s is about as warm as we'll go. We may see one or two places get to 80 today. And then on the Minnesota side, temperatures 60s to 70s. It's nice and warm at Detroit Lakes. If you've got an additional day of your holiday weekend going here, it's looking pretty good for you right now at 75. We're looking at, well, temperatures staying in that range as we head into the afternoon as the rain moves in. So probably what's going to happen here is we're going to warm up a little bit more, and then a thunderstorm moves in and it cools us back down. So again, we're watching for that coming up for today. So let's take a look at timing. Our timeline, this is starting around lunch hour. This is 12:30. You can see some of these ongoing scattered showers and thunder showers that have developed and are working their way through the valley. Those start to move eastward. And then do you notice the difference here between around noon and 5, how these storms look? Look how bright and pink that cell is there on this particular simulation from our computer model guidance in Kitson County. That looks like an impressive storm. That is one where we're looking out for that large hail core and maybe some gusty winds associated with it. Similar down into southeastern North Dakota. So a little more intensity in the storms heading into the afternoon hours. And notice how this is not affecting everyone everywhere at every moment. So there are going to be big breaks in between. Some of us will miss out. Some of us will get hit by a storm, or maybe a couple of them moving through here today. This is 8 p.m. You can see maybe right over Red Lake, Fargo-Moorhead. This wouldn't be good. I know we've got monster trucks at 7 p.m. at the fair. If we've got rain and thunder moving through, that might delay things a little bit. So again, I just want to stress this is not the exact scenario necessarily that's going to happen, but it gives us an idea of coverage, of timing, and what the intensity we may end up seeing with some of these storms. Now let's move on into the evening. You can see they start moving more off to the east, and that risk moves on and out of here. So we're looking out for storms heading into, I'd say, between that 2 and kind of 9 p.m. time frame, maybe a little bit later than that as we head into the forecast for this evening. Let's zoom ahead to our next graphic and talk more about our storm threat again. This is the view just focusing in on the valley, and you can see Fargo, Grand Forks, Fergus Falls in yellow. That's a level 2 slight risk area. Sisseton, again, in that enhanced risk area now. And then surrounding regions like Devil's Lake and up by Baudette and Red Lake, more into that marginal risk. So kind of stepping down our risk, but still a risk for everybody with the potential for isolated to scattered severe this afternoon and evening, with hail and damaging wind gusts being our greatest threats. Again, if you're in the orange area, if you're in the enhanced risk area, or you're driving in that area, that's where the possibility of a tornado, 1 or 2, may be more likely with these storms that develop this afternoon and evening. So that's getting through today. As we head into the next couple of days, I think these are going to be prime pool days. Now, tomorrow, not going to be hot, but we're looking at drier weather, partly cloudy skies, just a pleasant Tuesday. Temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80. And Wednesday, really feeling the heat and the sunshine, getting into the low to upper 80s and more sun. That may help to fuel some storms later Wednesday night. And again, Thursday going to be heating up as well, and that may lead to more storms. And so I want to take a look at our storm chance for the end of the week. So it's going to kind of bookend the week here. We're looking at storm chances today, and then again Thursday and into Friday. And this is for Thursday, starting Thursday morning all the way through the overnight hours into Friday morning. So it's a 24-hour period where the Storm Prediction Center is showing where, they're looking at the ingredients being there for the potential for severe storms. It does look like we'll have some good energy, some heating, and some moisture building in Thursday ahead of some storm chances, ahead of the next system moving through, and so that helps to provide the fuel for the fire, so to speak, for the potential for storms. So taking a quick look, again, this is still several days away, so we're using a lower resolution model here, but we can get an idea of timing. And you can see by 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, we're starting to get some storm development, some rain development. Heading into Thursday evening, a couple of areas of storms may be possible. And then overnight into Friday, we may see that rain chance continue. And then Friday, here we go, looking ahead to the potential for storms into the day on Friday, rain and thunder possible. And another Friday again, where we're dealing with the potential for more stormy weather, more soggy weather potentially continuing on into Friday night. So we'll be watching for that for the end of the week. And again, there is that possibility for severe that we're going to be watching for again for the end of the week too. So we're looking at today, we're looking at Thursday and into Friday, and in between, that's your time to not have to worry about it too much. I do want to say Wednesday night, there is a marginal risk for late night hours on Wednesday. So, start thinking about, if you're concerned about storms, start thinking about that Wednesday afternoon, start checking in back in with us about what we may end up seeing heading into Wednesday night. And then again on Thursday and Friday, we'll need to be weather aware as well. So let's take a look at our rainfall potential. This is cumulative rain through Saturday, so through most of the next week, next 6 days. So I put some pause points here. This is for tonight's rain. You can see some areas where we've got a ½ inch in green or more. And then let's move ahead into Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, those are quieter days. Moving into Thursday, this is late Thursday night. We add some more rain. Again, it's cumulative, so this is on top of what we've seen today. And then you can see Thursday and into Friday. This is the European model. This one is the more aggressive one of our two kind of classic long-range models at bringing some heavy moisture. So I wanted to make sure to show this to you so you know what is possible. We have that potential for anywhere in orange, 2 to 3 inches of rain total through the next 6 days. And there may be some areas that get a little bit more than that, in that 3 to 4 to maybe even 5 inch range. Again, those would be the isolated pockets. The vast majority of us will be in that 1 to 3 range that we would see over the course of several rounds of rain moving through. So getting the week started off on an active note with that potential for severe weather as we take a look at our 11-day planner. Tuesday, Wednesday looking quiet. Wednesday again watching for storms late in the nighttime. And then again Thursday, that might be our hottest day of the week, helping to fuel that potential for severe storms on Thursday. And even into Friday, rain and thunderstorms still possible. Could end up being kind of a gray, rainy, thunderstormy kind of day here into Friday. Hoping for the weekend that we'll get a break. I can't rule it out on Saturday, but you can see temperatures 80s, not too bad at all, heading into that second weekend of July, and some upper 70s to upper 80s in the forecast. So really, we're looking at a little of something for everybody here with the temperatures. The rain, a good thing as we continue through growing season, but we don't want the severe, and that's something we're going to have to watch out for today and again for tomorrow. And today's risk, a reminder, is that risk for damaging winds and for hail going to be our main threat with the storms that we experience for today. So that's something that we'll be watching for you right here at Valley News Live. Here's that risk again behind me. And we'll be keeping you updated right here on Valley News Live on TV. And we're also going to be out at the fair. So hopefully we get some good weather for some live broadcasts out at the fair. Both Summer and Russ will be out there today reporting from the fair, talking about conditions out there. If we can miss the storms, it's a beautiful day, but we'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. So have a great Monday. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated on forecasts for the week ahead and how, the end of the week, yet again, another Friday's looking for the potential for strong to severe storms.